So people ask us all the time, should I wait until I am fully healed, until I've done all my shadow work before I jump into a relationship? And the answer is yes and no. And let's break it down. So, for instance, before I met you, I realized that something was not right with the way I was approaching relationships, and definitely there was a lot of pain there, a lot of darkness, a lot of shadow. So I took 18 months, which some would say that's not enough, some would say that's plenty. It's very individual, and it also depends what kind of work I did before that. And we're not going to go into it right now. But for 18 months, right up to the point where we met, I I had a therapist for a full year that I was working through my different wounds, my different pains, and how I was perceiving relationships. I had a Buddhist coach that I was working on around the same time. I also did a lot of meditation. For a while, it was an hour or more a day, which meditation was fairly new to me as a regular practice. So 1 hour a day, that's no joke. It was a lot of stillness to sit with for somebody who needs that loudness, who needs another person to to be my sounding board. I had to sit with my stillness. So by the time we met, I had a good foundation to work with. So how was it for you before we met?
So for me, I think it was decades. So I had a lot of works to do, and I remember before I met you, the 2 years, I guess, 2 years before we met, I I did like I came across with human design, and also at the time I already do a lot of shadow work, but I needed to find the answer, like what what is there out there that I can truly do a deep work, not just a surface work, because a lot of time there's so many healing tools out there, but it didn't work for me, and I had tried all, and I finally realized human design and shadow work are the perfect match. And one thing I noticed about myself is that once I learned about all these tools, and plus during that time serving my father, it was a way for me to be selfless. And also I think if you really want to heal, sometimes it's just doing something for others without having the
Brilliant.
expectation. You are actually going through the healing journey. So it's that simple.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Thanks for reminding that point about serving others. As you heal, the tendency is to focus on yourself, which of course shadow work would require that. But at the same time, you're right. There is magic, healing magic, in serving others. You were serving your father, who was at the end of his life. God rest his soul. And I was going through a divorce with a 3-year-old, with a toddler, having him with me um, almost every day. So I was serving my child who needed me. You were serving your father, and there was a fantastic, I guess, vehicle for both of us. On one hand, work on ourselves. On the other hand, do it through service.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, one thing we're talking about being selfless, serve others. The other thing is you have to continue to do it. Like for me, I use journaling a lot. I go hiking,
Mm,
and I remember during a time is as with COVID, so we can't even go anywhere.
right.
But I would still take a chance to go around my apartment building. They have a little garden and walk around. And I know, honey, you also do a lot of walking.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of forest
Forest
bathing.
bathing.
Hike. I was hiking sometime 2 3 hours a day. Sometimes with my kid with me in a stroller. Sometimes just myself. Yeah, there was magical. And then when again going back to the question of should I wait until I'm completely healed before I jump into a relationship? So the answer is really heal by yourself and then heal together. So when we got together, I'm going to share one example before Rachel will share hers. Um, when we would just starting being together, and then there was something you said or something that came up in a conversation that triggered me, and instead of me sulking for days and not bringing it up and withdrawing to my man's cave, I was able to tell Rachel, because I did my work, hey, that triggered something old. I'm feeling uncomfortable with it. Can we talk? And what was how did that look like from your end?
I think it's just wonderful. For me, I love to just sit next to you and listen and see how can I help. So for me, it's come from a place like, you know what, let's sit and talk about it and then find a solution right
Without
away.
being defensive.
Yeah, because usually there's a magic right there, because you resolve the problem right away. You don't carry to the next moment or next day.
Yes.
Then
Not building scars.
yes.
So drop in the comments as you after you watch this, what was one shadow pattern or a pain, a wound that you were able to work through while being in a relationship? It's okay if it's a previous relationship. Drop it in the comments.